Good day. We are material science and engineering students, and today we're going to present to you our working innovation. But before that, I want you to think about the difficulties we experience during rainy days. Have you ever wondered why it's year 2019 and yet umbrellas still so terrible? We keep on getting older and umbrellas keep looking the same. The same metal pole getting rustier and rustier, the same canopy of nylon getting more and more torn, the same plastic handle with the button that doesn't work, and the same struggle we experience to dry it so that it won't end up having bad smell from fungus. For an accessory that most humans are forced to use somewhat regularly, the umbrella has seen little innovation. Sure, they're smaller than they've really ever been, but admit it, umbrellas nowadays are still heavy to carry. So the question now is why? Why must we suffer like this? Why must we stress whenever it's going to rain knowing we'll have to lug around a drippy umbrella? Why must we have anxiety about whether our umbrella will open and close this time? And more importantly, how come no one has come along to solve these problems? This is why we as MSc students came up with a working innovation called the SUPERHYDROPHOBIC umbrella. The SUPERHYDROPHOBIC umbrella is a folding canopy that is extremely difficult to wet. The umbrella enhances the avoidance of water particles to attach and stay on the canopy during rain. This umbrella can regulate the flow of water and will diminish the chances of corrosion. SUPERHYDROPHOBIC umbrella has identical appearance as a normal umbrella would look like, with an improved mechanism. The canopy is fabricated from a superhydrophobic polymer material, a versatile material that is highly durable, weather-resistant, UV-resistant, and stable, so this umbrella can not only be used during rainy days. This umbrella is also designed to be lightweight with wind-resistant and anti-corrosion coating. The materials and methods used in fabricating the umbrella will be discussed by Ms. Samote for further understanding.
The materials used are the following: polyethylene terephthalate or PET, polyurethane or PUR, steel, magnesium, and rubber. The handle will be composed of steel in order to keep the umbrella sturdy yet lightweight. The handle will be covered with rubber for an enhanced grip and in order for it to not corrode to prevent a foul smell when using the umbrella. The shaft will be made up of steel. The outer shaft will be coated with polyurethane while the inner shaft will be coated with the sacrificial anode, which is the magnesium. The magnesium is used in order to protect the steel from corrosion. Filament winding process is used in order to create a shaft. Next are the ribs. The ribs are made of polyurethane modified steel because polyurethane coatings allow a protective ultra-thin coating on materials which lets a longer lifespan and improved look. The canopy is composed of polyethylene solution which underwent vacuum bag molding. Vacuum bag molding is an open technique for composite materials. The PET solution will be poured into the mold with the vacuum under it, and then it will be layered with vacuum bag film in order for it not to stick, and then it will be detached easier. After the thin sheet was fabricated, it will be sprayed with PUR coating via hand spray technique. For the whole manufacturing process of the superhydrophobic umbrella, these are the following steps. First, the shaft should be created with PUR modified steel with magnesium coated inner shaft via filament winding process. Next, the ribs and the stretchers should be assembled because the stretchers are the ones that connects the ribs into the shaft. And then, for the canopy, the PET will undergo vacuum bag molding. And then the fabricated thin film will be sprayed with PUR coating. The canopy will be attached to the ribs and to the tip of the umbrella. Furthermore, the handle will bind the shaft because it will be clicked in order to open and close the umbrella.
So comparing the normal umbrella from the superhydrophobic umbrella, we go to the external mechanism. So the handle, which has an automatic mechanism, is made up of steel. With the inside parts are made up of steel, and it is covered with rubber because rubber is an elastic material that that enhances the grip of the user to the umbrella, which helps it hold on tighter and wouldn't lose it if strong wind is applied to it. The next part of the mechanism is the shaft. The shaft is the long part that connects the handle to the ribs and the canopy. The shaft is normally made up of a cylinder steel that is hollow inside, but in our super hydrophobic umbrella, it is made up of steel. The outside part is steel and is coated with polyurethane, which is a polymer that improves the superhydrophobicity of the metal. So why is it important that all the parts is superhydrophobic? The polymers doesn't only make it superhydrophobic, it also increases the anti-corrosion property of the parts. And as you can see, the black circles on the shaft is the another anti-corrosion property, or another anti-corrosion feature, which is the sacrificial anode, which is normally made up of magnesium. It indicates that it is an indicator that the material is close to corrosion because the sacrificial anode corrodes first before the entire mechanism. So the next part is the ribs, or we're moving on to the canopy. The canopy is made up of two layers, which is the first layer is the membrane produced PET or polyethylene, which is the base of the superhydrophobic canopy. So the canopy is what is normally made up of nylon or textiles. That is we replace it with PET for its superhydrophobic property. So the other layer is the polyurethane, which is also applied by spraying, which also increases the superhydrophobicity of the material. So showing all the parts that has its improved features, this will ensure that the superhydrophobicity, the durability, and the properties of the material is at high standard.
So now let's go to the internal mechanism. So first is the automatic mechanism. The automatic mechanism is located inside the handle and is where all the functionalities is located, and as well as the release button. Second, the spring. The spring helps the umbrella to expand and is activated after pressing the release button. Lastly are the ribs. The ribs is a thin rod that branches out at the end of the pole, and it gives the support to the canopy.
So to prove that we're not making this stuff up, we looked for references in the internet and the other journals that would prove that polyethylene and polyurethane applies superhydrophobic properties into any material that is applied to. The first reference is the textuation and superhydrophobicity of polyethylene terephthalate thanks to plasma technology. So plasma technology is a process that produces polymers into membranes or sheets that could be used into wide applications. So it is proved here that the polyethylene could reach up to 180 to 186 contact angle, which indicates that it has a superhydrophobic surface. So in the references, the indicator of a superhydrophobic material is reaching its contact angle should reach beyond 170 or 160 to 170. So that indicates it is a superhydrophobic material. So the next reference is the self-cleaning superhydrophobic coatings potential industrial applications. So as I said, the second reference proves that These materials are safe to use in industrial materials and simple machines like the umbrella. It is primarily organic, it's eco-friendly, biodegradable, but it it doesn't mean that it would degrade that easier. Compared to other umbrella, we made sure that the super hydrophobic umbrella doesn't just protect us from water, it also lasts longer than the normal umbrella. It is more durable and heat, and it doesn't corrode easier. So these two references just proves that we could produce super hydrophobic umbrellas using PET and with PET, which is polyethylene, and PUR, which is polyurethane.
And now comes the conclusion. We have concluded that by incorporating our polymer, polyethylene and polyurethane, made the umbrella lightweight, super hydrophobic, and corrosion resistant. Thank you. And once again, we are the MSc Group presenting the super hydrophobic umbrella.